So before we begin talking about the video in its entirety, I would like to talk about the camera angle. So I see the purpose for this camera angle because over here we're going to be talking about metaphor, or we were talking about metaphor. So it's imperative that the viewer of this EdTPA video see that we were talking about metaphor, because now, for purposes of the video, she's going to be talking about simile with her students. And she's using this graphic of this ice cream cone to kind of get the students talking about simile, because they're going to be using simile to talk about this ice cream cone. So I think we're off to a good start in terms of the camera angle and the graphics that we see on the board, even though we aren't talking about metaphor in this video.
The scrumptious similes. Okay? Anybody know? Have you ever heard of that? Alright, we are going to describe ice cream using similes. So your sentence is going to be, ice cream is as blank as blank. You're going to give me words. Okay? Alright, so think of some adjectives in your mind. First, think for a minute. Think of some describing words. And then think of a good comparison between the two. And I want it to be appropriate. And I want it to be a good comparison. So if you have the first word, the second word needs to tie together. Okay? What do you have, Nathan?
Ice cream is as good as candy.
Good as candy. Okay? We'll accept that.
So far she's done a good job of engaging at least one student in the lesson. She's given careful instructions and even mentions appropriateness, which I think is good for this age of students. So she's obviously, elicited a response that promotes thinking. So we have one student now thinking about the simile.
Ice cream is as good as candy. Alright? Can somebody else think of another one? Blink.
It's as sweet as candy.
Sweet as candy. Okay? Sweet as candy. Alright, think of another word that would describe it. Yes.
Ice cream is as cold as ice cream.
Yeah, good one.
So here, I'm not sure about the audio quality. Thus far, I thought it was good, and I especially liked that she was repeating what the students were saying, because it's good for an EdTPA viewer to understand what's going on and to understand the responses that the students are saying. And if it was such a good response, I wish she would have repeated the response, because repeating the responses also gives the students a sort of gratification about what they're saying. So I wish she could have responded and repeated that student's response, because we lost it because of the audio quality.
Cold. Iceberg. That's a good one. Alright. Ryan.
The ice cream is as soft as a cloud.
It's as soft as a cloud. Good. As soft as a cloud. These are good comparisons. Alright. Think of, maybe you could do the cone. Think about the cone, Charlie. Good. That's a very good one. Creamy as lotion. I haven't had that one all day.
So the ice cream cone is a great tool to use in terms of linking prior knowledge. A lot of these students have seen an ice cream cone, they've eaten an ice cream cone, they know a lot of the qualities of an ice cream cone. So she is doing a good job of linking the students' prior knowledge and personal knowledge to this new learning of the simile. I think she's doing a good job of that.
Creamy as lotion. I had thought about creamy as butter, but not creamy as lotion. Nathan, you got another one for me?
It is as round as a balloon.
Very good thought. It's round as a balloon.
So here she does repeat what the student has said, and she says round as a balloon, and she says it's a good thought. So this is a good way of promoting learning and eliciting more responses to promote thinking, and she's supporting the learning for the whole class. She tells them that all of their thoughts are good, which encourages students to respond more and engage more in the lesson. So I think she's done a good job of that as well.
Alright, let's focus on the cone part now. How could we describe the...
Now she wants them to focus on the cone, which is a challenge because they've all wanted to talk about the ice cream. So now challenging them to think about the cone is challenging the class to think deeper as a whole. And I think that she's doing a great job of allowing them to construct meaning through talking about the ice cream and through talking about the cone. I think overall she's doing a great job at trying to provoke some more thought and deeper responses.
The cone, Abby.
As hard as a rock.
Hard as a rock. Exactly. Hard as a rock. Okay. Let me get Kinsley. Good one. Crunchy as leaves. Alright. Quinn pointy as a rocket. Okay. This part right here would be.
I like that she does a good job of trying to call on other students besides just the two in the front, which is it's difficult to do when you have the students that you know want to talk and always participate, and they'll make you look good, but she does a good job of making sure that the glory is shared among the whole class.
Pointy as a rocket. Okay. Hold on, let's see. Rachel has to have a turn. Good as new. Okay. Do this to this part. Okay. Alright, let me look at my list and see if I have any that we did not do. Oh, what about this? I'm sorry, I forgot. When you get it on your hand.
So we have obviously someone who is recording this video saying, "I'm sorry, I forgot." So apparently there was supposed to be a list over there or something, which is kind of distracting as an EdTPA viewer or scorer. I think this would kind of take me out of it. And it's also the teacher's responsibility to have everything ready for the lesson. She's not going to have someone there preparing the lesson for her and setting everything out that she needs. So I think that's probably something that she should have made sure was there beforehand so that her video could, be seen as the good video that it actually is.
Sticky. How can we describe that?
As slime.
As glue, as slime, as honey, as syrup. Alright, let's put glue up here. So sticky as glue.
She does, however, remember some of the stuff she had written down. So she talks about it being sticky, which gives the students some more ideas. And so I think that she does a good job of engaging them further in the lesson, challenging them to think about things that they haven't thought about, eliciting responses. She's also pulling on that prior knowledge because, of course, students have touched things that are sticky like syrup and glue. So this excites them that they can participate further in the learning. And I think they're also doing a great job of understanding the material. She wants them to understand the material and understand simile, and I think she's achieved that goal.
There, as you can tell, boys and girls, there are many ways to describe it using comparisons. So on your CRCT, when you see the word simile, I want you to think about this activity. We use the words as for this, but you can also use the word like. Correct. Alright, so this completes our activity for this.
So we've also talked about the CRCT, which is where she thinks that the students will see it again. And it's a good thing that she's preparing them for the CRCT and letting them know that they could see the words in the future. I think overall she's done a good job with teaching this lesson.